Now, some of Australia's most respected defence commanders have warned the ADF is lagging behind other nations in its drone capability. One of those experts is the former Chief of Army, General Peter Leahy, who joins me now. Thanks so much for your time. What are we talking about here, these unmanned lethal aircraft, and why don't we have any?
There's a whole range of terms we can use: unmanned aerial systems, aerial vehicles. We don't have any because we're a bit slow taking it up. These things have proliferated on the battlefield, and I was watching you there with Michael Ware before. Drone strike in a US base in Jordan. That's the attack capability, but we also need to have a defensive capability. They can be used for intelligence, satellites are a drone, surveillance, reconnaissance, attack, and defence. We need to be thinking carefully about it because it's not only what we're seeing in the Middle East, but we're seeing it in Ukraine. And nearly everybody's watched one of the videos where it's a drone flying over and they drop a grenade or something into an ammunition vehicle or into a tank or to a group of soldiers. That's the modern battlefield.
And you're a former Chief of Army. If we went into heaven forbid, a conflict with the capacity we have now, you'd see mass casualties. That's your warning.
That's my warning right now. We really don't have a drone defence capability. We have missiles, hellishly expensive to shoot down a cheap unmanned aerial vehicle like we're seeing in the Red Sea, like we're seeing there in Jordan, and we're seeing all throughout Ukraine. We just don't have that capability. I think we need to get about it really quickly.
Some of the acquisitions Australia is making, these are longer term acquisitions to combat drone threats. Are there alternatives to get this in sooner into the ADF?
There are. What we're seeing government focusing on at the moment is the strategic level. What we're seeing here is what the outcomes of the DSR. We've got GOSPAT for the Royal Australian Air Force. But if we had a base forward somewhere, there's no defence for that at the moment. There's capabilities around, and those companies have got them in Australia. They're selling them overseas, not here in Australia.
Well, you mentioned in the Australian newspaper today how we go into JB Hi-Fi and
That's right, isn't it?
And you can see drones and this technology, it's everywhere. So surely we've got the wherewithal to get on this path.
Somehow we've just got to get off our arse and do something about this. Capabilities are there. A couple of years ago, the Chief of Army at the time said, right, drones are coming. And he bought a lot of drones, put them out in the army and said, play with these fellas and see what they're about. So we've got people who have got some experience, but the people who are joining the army are native talent on this stuff. This is Xbox. It's all over the place. And what we're seeing in Ukraine, they've got little manufacturing sites where they make cradles to put mortar bombs on or grenades on. And that's what we're seeing. We've got to get about it.
We saw, again in the Australian today, a senior Fijian military officer accused of human rights abuses. He's now going to be the deputy commander of our 7th Brigade. Yep. What's your response to that? Are you concerned by that story?
I think we should have a good look at this bloke and see if the accusations are ridgy-ditch. If they are, well, he shouldn't be in the position. But let's treat it at the moment. It's an allegation and we should look at it. But we need to be very careful, one, that we've got the right people commanding our troops, but also this, I think, is a strong diplomatic and military move towards a stronger Australian influence and presence in the South Pacific, which is really necessary.
That's important as well. Retired General Peter Leahy, former Chief of Army. Great to see you. Appreciate it.
Lovely to see you.